Where am I? What is this place? It's a missing page from the diary. I should take this. Red diary page has been added to the inventory. Is this a toy? Wait, I've seen pictures of the ocean. I know what this is. Dolphin? Or is this a whale? What happened to this mirror? I can barely see my reflection in it. There's a piece of paper on the wall frame, but I can't see it clearly from here. A diary with missing pages. Is this... could this really be? Drawer's stuck. It won't budge. There's definitely something here. Looks like an electronic device. And this dome on top. Maybe it's a hologram projector. It's not turning on. Is there a battery? Looks like the battery is missing. Let's turn this way. What's this? It's a strange pattern with all these numbers and letters. Is this a cipher? Yeah, it could be a cipher, to solve those encrypted codes. Someone really didn't want anyone to use this hammer. Some kind of paper is stuck to the door. I should take it. So now I have the blue diary page. I see the bed from here. There's something under the crack. Gotta push this loose piece of the floor away so I can grab whatever's in there. It's a battery. Wonder if this still works. A hole in the wall covered by wooden boards. The nails used on the board are sticking out. You can probably pull it out if I had the tool for the job. Hey, why not? There's a piece of paper under that pillow. Looks like this girl is trying to hide something. What's this paper covering Midori's face? Who would do this? Hey, that's us. Dr. Charlton. We look so happy here. So this is their gang, if you're wondering. We'll be seeing a few of them after this if the demo is still accurate. So anyway, we need to start going through these, don't we? So they actually provide some text here for us. Today we found another one of those digital ebook things on a tablet. Isn't that super lucky? It's rare to find a working one these days. I think the girl who used to own it really enjoyed living in the pre-Armageddon world. That reminds me, I've really started writing like an old world girl, huh? I love these cute emoticon things they used all the time. Like that one. Hey, know what? You got me a cute brooch. Stupid you can be a good boy when he really wants to. I have to be a good sister to him from now on to return his kindness. Bye-bye. And you can see one of the smiley faces there. Diary. I am pretty sure I saw you reading you. Are you okay? He didn't do anything bad, did he? Stupid you. He just pretended he was doing something else when he heard me coming. Can you believe it? He heard me from so far away. He has the ears of a doggy. A doggy. This one actually has the emoticon in the text. Oh, this one does too. Only one, though. You as an idiot. How can you do that to a kid? I know we might not run into supplies for a while, but what's going to happen to that kid? Can you believe it? Someone else will help him, he says. Stupid you. Look, it's a serious flower. Aren't they pretty? Aren't they mysterious? They bloom only at night. The old man who gave it to me said it's the princess of the night. Cute, right? I wonder if I can be used, princess. Bye-bye. There, the hollow projector lights up when I push the power button. What am I supposed to do with this, I wonder? Well, a dolphin, who cares? Well, maybe Toshio, since that's his forte. Door's locked. How am I supposed to get out now? Need to enter the correct code, but how am I supposed to know what the damn code is? Some sort of control panel with colored buttons. There's a hammer locked in place above this control panel. Looks like I need to figure out the right sequence to unlock this hammer. Okay, so we need to go to the diary pages. So, red is 6. I need something to write all this crap down on. This... I already have some combination. Oh, right. Um, red 7/6. This game was made by Indonesians, I believe, so it's possible. Well, regardless, I assume the month is what's really important. So I have to say the number I write these could matter, but they're doing it this way, so. Yellow is 6/25. Blue is 7/1. Or wait, August. Wrong. No, that's 8/1. Purple is June 18th. 6/18. It's gonna suck if there's like multiple shades I have to worry about. Green is 7/19. Oh. So, red is going to be the third page. Blue is going to be the last page. Green is going to be the fourth page. Pink is the... Oh, and pink. What? Dates on these diary pages ought to mean something. I should use the color sequence diary showing me now on that color input panel. Purple, yellow, red, green, blue. Hmm? Oh, I see. That's a bastard move. It's based off the flower, not the date. So, if we look here... Yellow's last. So I'm actually going to pull the pages. Unless, like, one of these is the dying flower, I guess. Insert that one. Insert that one. So I don't know if that's it blooming, or... That's right. The flower at the bottom corner of the pages are in different stages of bloom. Maybe I should put them in the right order to get the correct code. So in this case, red is number 1, purple is 2, blue is 3, green is 4, and yellow is 5. Red, purple, blue, green, yellow. Now it's possible to take the hammer. Hammer's been added to the inventory. And you know how the saying goes, when the only tool you have is a hammer, all of your problems start looking like nails. I can pull out the nails of this hammer and see what's inside. It's a brooch. Looks brand new, too. I think I can get a good price if I barter with this. No wonder it's hidden. Finders keepers. Miho's brooch has been added to your inventory. This is... Kikakuji, the Golden Dream. Was Miho holding on to a diagram of Kikakuji all this time? So, the things that are missing are I, A, U, J. So now we need to go to the cipher on the wall. Okay. I has the value of 9. A is 1. U is 4. J is 1. So 9141 we'll try as our combination here. That did it. Maybe we can get out of this strange place now. Would you live to suck another day?
We'll save you. We'll get help.
Just stay there! Hang on tight, okay?
It's impossible. You...
No, 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 no! Don't say that!
This place is rigged. If we touch those metal arms, we'll be blown to smithereens.
Shut up! There must be something we can do!
Please, leave me. I don't want you guys to see me die like this. It's a girl's request. Okay, you?
The young girl smiled with a grimace. The contraption dug into her, causing unbearable pain she tried to ignore.
No!
Get a grip, you. Don't you want to honor her dying wish?
She's not going to die! Miho, I'm going to save you!
Bad news, pal. The control panel ain't working. Sorry to say, but there's not much we can do now.
Yu's eyes turned to black and glared at Gunther. He didn't care how pointless his actions were now, but this was his sister, his only kin, who was there for him through thick and thin. There was no way he would give up easily.
You heard him, you. Please. I don't want to burden you with the memory of my death. Let me pass on in peace.
Yu kicked and flailed against Eiji's arms, but Eiji was still stronger. The older man pulled him away towards the exit. Yu kept breaking free from Eiji, but he was no match for the older man.
No!
We've done everything we can. Let's get out of here.
We were so close. No one knew its true nature. But acquiring the treasure of King Kakuji was supposed to be Der Schulten's crowning achievement. Our claim to fame. Everyone called it the Golden Dream. And that dream was finally within our grasp. We were overconfident. No amount of anticipation could have prepared us for what transpired on that fateful day. With the vault right in front of our very eyes, Miho was overcome with glee. She ran towards our objective, without a second thought. I wish I would have thought to stop her. The final trap that awaited us took Miho and Miho alone. For what seemed like an eternity, we struggled to find a way to disengage the spears piercing my sister's flesh. She was bleeding profusely, and the sight of it tore my heart in two. She was spouting nonsense while the rest of Der Schulten and I scrambled for a solution to our dilemma. I refused to give up hope, but deep inside, I knew that Miho was nearing the end. She was already seeing things, the delusions of a person knocking on death's door. I insisted we tackle the most dangerous of treasure hunts, one which gives even the most hardened treasure hunters cold feet. Once we had the Golden Dream, we'd never go without food or shelter again. Or so I thought. I was wrong. And now, Miho is dead. I killed my sister.
"2 years after the Kinkakuji incident.
This is it, you.
Are you sure you can open that box? It looks complicated.
Are you kidding me? Don't underestimate my king key. I can hack into Sanctus' servers and mess them up so bad, they'll never even know what hit them.
Why can't you call it by any other name? That just sounds so wrong.
Huh? What's wrong with king key?
Look, just don't get us killed, okay? Not like these guys. You nodded at the horribly mutilated and barely recognizable corpses around them. It didn't take an expert to know that they were the victims of an implosion weapon. Whatever Toshio was trying to unlock, it better be important.
I'm on it.
Toshio knelt next to the black container, oblivious to the dead bodies and detached limbs around him. He pulled out a small screen device from his pocket and hooked it up to the small box in front of him.
There you go. Easy now.
After making a few adjustments to the gadget, the metal cube's display finally lit up.
Got it. What's wrong? Come on, check this out.
Any minute now.
Huh?
Yu covered his ears, his eyes closed tight. Toshio wouldn't know, though, since his goggles were so foggy. It would be impossible for him to see anything.
Oh, come on. I told you, it's virtually impossible for this thing to still be booby-trapped after that explosion. No one would use an implosion-type nuke as a security measure for anything less than the last resort. If I'm right, this box must have been in a bigger casing, and it's as compact as can be for its purpose. The outer display says it all. They couldn't even fit an access panel for it on the exterior anymore. Even with reinforced palladium glass, an explosion is no simple stress test. Whatever material they use for this display is top of the line. Probably the product of rigorous R&D.
No way. Let me see that. Wait, I've seen this logo before.
Must be from a history book or something. It's a scabbard used for old samurai swords.
Part of a katana, huh? It does look like one.
I'm sure it is. Anyway, I'll have to download the data for now. As expected, the data is encrypted, and I'll need more time to decipher whatever Sanctus tried so hard to protect.
Wait, didn't you say there was a detonation that triggered the alarm?
Yes, Sanctus troops are probably on their way here now. The GPA too, if they somehow already know that their ambush plan failed.
Time to split then, and finally get out of the suit. Too stuffy.
After I download the data. Jeez, pay attention.
Right. I tried to calm myself and keep my cool in front of Toshio, but there were too many thoughts running through my head. Is it really possible? Can Noah's Ark really turn back time? Could my sister actually come back to life, or is this another dead end? This is definitely all in my mind, right? All the dead people, they're gone. Everyone dies. That's all I've learned from this wretched wasteland. We're all fragile, easy to break, and death will take us away forever. Chapter 1, Day 1. So let's look around the town first. That dude sure looks happy. I wonder what happened to him when all hell broke loose. Some more signboards over there. This leads to a blocked alleyway. No point going that direction. They call it Akihabara's Oasis. Fitting name for a watering hole. Top floors look deserted. Eiji's the only one who set up shop in this dump, huh? Not a lot of these outside Nova's Tokyo. I remember Toshio saying Akihabara used to be a commercial district. So, what all do we have in our inventory? Tonto, Biochip, and Miho's Memento. Nothing in our profiles. Anyway, I don't think there's too much else. 60 years ago, a hardworking salaryman was driving this home to the living arms of his family. That's what Miho would say anyway. Let's go into the Empyrean. It's a recruitment poster. You don't have to be alone. Join the Iron Will now. The Iron Will? Nomad groups don't seem so popular these days, what with Sanctus and the GPA breathing down each other's necks. No one wants to be caught in the crossfire. The able-bodied tend to join one side or the other. Rations are still better than no food at all, I reckon. The building isn't deserted, that's for sure. This is the place. Got yourself a cozy watering hole, huh? It's been too long. Eiji.
it's a new face. Just take a seat and drown your sorrows with us.
No thanks.
Don't scare the poor kid. It looks like he just took a wrong turn.
Yeah, I mistakenly ran into a murder scene. It's not one yet, but if you don't shut your hole... I'd better calm down. I'm not here to start a fight. Just walk away.
What are you looking at?
Okay, you're not too talkative. I'll just walk away. This is the one I'm not looking forward to.
Sorry. I'm too sad to talk right now.
Okay.
Smoking is bad for you. You'd rather listen to that than the voice of your old pal? Stare all you want. It's broken. You sure you can read that?
So in case you can't quite see it because of this, it says In Vino Veritas and Wine Truth.
You're not getting any drinks from there. I'm right here. There are rats in there.
Well, we tried to avoid talking to him as long as possible.
Hey kiddo, come back when you're old enough to handle liquor.
This is AG, Charlton's voice of reason and the most sensible member of the group. I heard he's had a career change, but it seems his image took a 180 too. It's hard to imagine he used to bust heads. He looks so domesticated now. Comes with the territory, I suppose.
What are you staring at me for? You sure you're in the right place? We only serve the strong stuff here.
Like I'd touch your booze. You can keep your Sanctus handouts.
The Empyrean's drinks are homemade and high quality. Took me a while to learn the art of distillation, but I know I only serve the top quality concoctions.
You're doing well for a former scavenger, that's for sure.
Better than you, I bet. What brings you here anyway?
You really want to know?
Don't I look like a busy man? Spill it or scrap.
Hey, what's with the hostility? We haven't seen each other in 2 years.
My hands are tied. What do we need to talk about that can't wait until after work?
You're not going to believe this, but I really need you to.
If this is an invitation to salvage junk, count me out. There's little more that I can ask for, now that I have this bar.
Well, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I need your help with reviving Miho. The man behind the counter fell silent as his eyes darted towards you. AG has always been known for his seriousness, especially for matters that required it. He never took too kindly to quips he would deem inappropriate.
When you say revive...
I mean, bring her back from the dead. So she'll be alive again.
You're not even drunk yet. What are you on about?
You paused for a moment to prepare his angle. Looking up, you saw a sign decorating the rundown bar's wall, which read In Vino Veritas. If there is truth in wine, I'd be saying the same thing under the influence. We can revive Miho.
Get out of here.
AG refused to budge. He was as stern as you remembered. It's not like I expected things to be too easy. AG is a man of reason whose level-headedness had saved our collective butts back when we were all under Charlton. Still, I can't back down. I have to be careful with what I say if I'm to convince him. So now we have profile info for AG. Okay, enough. You've settled in here quite nicely, huh?
You're not lowering my guard down with chit-chat. You should know better.
Of course I do. Look, I just want to know, how do you even run a place like this? Booze must be hard to come by. There's electricity, too.
Things have changed. The sense of community's improved in most places. Those recruitment campaigns are as stupid as ever, but generally people are willing to help each other out.
How did you ever score this place? There's a nearby Sanctus base. I reckon they would give you a hard time.
Indoctrination rhymes with intoxication for a reason. You know how they get people to worship that Septimus creep? Gotta use all the tricks in the bag.
You mean His Holiness isn't making their problems magically go away?
When you're drunk, your problems disappear. For a few hours, anyway.
By the grace of our Lord Septimus.
Exactly. I'm right here.
Have you heard of Noah's Ark? AG was concerned for the younger man. You was clearly more emotionally damaged with his sister's death than he thought. So it's looking like their apostrophe key is broken. Yeah, it's a myth, an urban legend. It's not real. Yes, it is. We got evidence. Toshio and I, we have it. So, anyone can fabricate evidence of anything. You know this. Not Noah's Ark. Nobody knows where myths come from. The stories are always different. But there's always one piece of information about the Ark that's always in every story, that it can bring back the old world. Are you even listening to yourself? A mad scientist makes more sense. I wish I could talk to the scientists who made the Ark. They were from Sanctus, did you know that?
Where else could they be from?
Sanctus is making this whole thing up. They want people to believe they have the way to salvation or some crap like that. You think so, huh? Then tell me. How come Sanctus has never talked about or even mentioned the Ark? Soon. Everything in its time. Who knows what they're scheming? They could be hiding this Ark like as some kind of ace up their sleeve.
They're doing a good job of increasing their numbers and pushing back the GPA. They don't need a powerful tool like this bloated Ark fairy tale just yet.
That's actually a good point.
Sorry.
There doesn't seem to be anything in there. The lights are off. Must be the defunct kitchen. I can see the bar counter reflected off the mirror. It's gotten dark outside. I should be careful on my way to the settlement. A ceiling fan with a power-efficient design. Must be AG's handiwork.
Hey,
Don't scare the...
I can't leave yet, not without confronting AG first. Recovered Sanctus package. Look, don't you think I'm being more careful this time around? I know the consequence of being too eager to jump towards the uncertain. This isn't just a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing. I've had 2 years to clear my head. AG sighed deeply, annoyance clear on his aged face. You wasn't about to relent now. Looking around to make sure no one else was in the near shot, he leaned towards AG, lowering his voice. A few days ago, Toshio and I found something. We know this is legit because Sanctus and GPA soldiers died for it.
Both sides took casualties?
He sounded uninterested. It was an ambush. The GPA intercepted a package. Mission didn't end well. You know why? AG sighed again.
Outmatched? Outgunned? Doesn't matter. Sanctus always had better equipment and training. This is elementary, you. You're wasting my time here.
No, listen. The package, it detonated. An implosion-type bomb went off, but the package's core was left unscathed. Can you believe that? We're talking about something so important it was encased in a shell durable enough to withstand a nuclear weapon.
You? For 2 years.
Our kid genius hacked what the GPO was after. Lo and behold, it's living proof of Noah's Ark. You could no longer contain his excitement. He'd raise his voice without realizing it, catching the attention of some nearby patrons.
Kid, listen.
AG, the real thing exists somewhere. AG shook his head.
One fantasy after another. 2 years have come and gone. And you still believe in fantasies? Didn't chasing the golden dream teach you anything? You want your recklessness to cost someone's life again?
What? Don't pull that crap on me. I know I made mistakes before, and now I'm trying to fix things. AG slammed both his hands on the wooden counter, startling you into silence.
Look around you, you. You're not the only one dreaming of a better future. We live in a world where a glimmer of hope can drive a man mad. It's not beyond anyone's moral scruples to make up false hopes for whatever sick reason they feel like. Especially not Sanctus, who'll say anything to trick people into following them. I thought you were smarter than that. Don't disappoint me.
Deflated, you fell silent. He lowered his head, averting his eyes. I understand what you're saying, but I saw it. Toshio saw it. This is not a fantasy. This is something so important. Sanctus took a risk by luring it inside a bomb without any idea where it could detonate. The GPA put their men's lives on the line to get it.
Take a load off, kid. Let me get you something stiff.
AG, that sounds so wrong. This isn't crazy talk. I don't need a drink. This is about bringing my sister back to life.
Any more of that crap and I am literally kicking you out. We all cared about your sister. Now we have to accept that she's gone. Get over it. People die. Period.
You saw the conviction in Eiji's eyes. Defeated, he let out a sigh and left his seat. No more words were spoken as he walked out the door. Well, that didn't work. In hindsight, Eiji is never going to drop everything the second I come knocking to tell him I found a way to bring back the dead. There must be a way to convince him. You glanced at the homemade telecommunicator that everyone in the group used. It was Midori, the girl who, like Toshio, had always kept in touch after Derelict fell apart. Midori.
Hey, you. I just heard from Toshio.
Oh yeah? What did he tell you?
You're really going to revive Miho?
That's ridiculous.
Huh? But Toshi said...
You think that's even possible?
Well, it's a bit out there.
I know, right?
I wouldn't believe it if I'd heard about it from someone else.
Oh? You trust the kid genius that much?
No, I mean, I believe him, but what I meant was that you always find a way to pull things off, you know? Of course, it helps that the idea has Toshio's vote of confidence. It means that what you're trying to do is probably technically possible.
Probably.
Well, they say the Ark can turn back time, right? To the time before the world resorted to nuclear war? That's a rather tall order.
True. And you still think it can be done?
I think you will make full use of the circumstances and utilize whatever it is that the Ark is actually capable of doing.
Don't get your hopes up. I couldn't even get Angie to roll with it.
Really? What happened?
I just left his bar. The guy practically shoved me out. As expected, he didn't readily accept the idea that a dead person can be brought back to life.
Well, it can't be that easy for AG, right? He'll need some convincing before he'll even consider it.
Any suggestions?
Just take it easy. The last thing you want to do is be pushy. Ever hear of the Mimosa pudica?
What?
I saw it in one of Toshi's books. Mimosa pudica, also called the touch-me-not. It's a plant with leaves that fold when you touch them.
So, Eiji's a plant. I don't really see the comparison.
AG is not a plant. What I'm trying to say is that he might be reflexively shutting you out. We all cared about Miho and...
I still do.
Right. We all care about Miho. So you must understand that it's not easy for AG. You can't just walk up to him out of the blue and say you're gonna bring her back from the dead. Know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Got any ideas then? I'm not giving up until we can all be on my sister's side when she opens her eyes again.
Like I said, you have to take it easy. I know indirect methods aren't your style, but taking AG head-on is like running into a steel wall. How about snooping around for information you can use to soften his shell a little?
Like embarrassing stories to blackmail him with?
No. Well, I see two ways at your disposal. One is to appeal to your friendship. Maybe do chores for him at the bar, though it'll probably take a lot more than that.
And the other is blackmail.
Not quite. It's more like, if underhanded tactics are what it takes to get him on your side, then you have to do what you have to do, right?
Interesting. You're really okay with this.
I know getting Miho back is important to you. If that's what you need to be happy, then you should go for it. Just don't overdo it, okay?
Overdo it how?
I trust you not to go that far.
Thanks. I guess you're right. A headstrong approach isn't going to topple the old man. Got it.
Okay then. I look forward to the good news.
Bet on it.
You could lose, you know.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Occasionally. Bye.
Can't say she wasn't spot on. What was I thinking? I'm too excited. Miho, you'll have to wait a bit more. I'm sure you want everyone by your side when you wake up, right? Just give me some time. For now, I need a place to stay. I know there's a Sanctus Cab nearby, though I've never been there. So now we have Midori's profile. It's kind of tempting whenever those pop up to try to do the gravelly snake voice. You traverse the dark streets of Akihabara, There seem to be a lot more people near the center of Nova's Tokyo compared to a few years ago. Survivors were out peddling their wares, building makeshift houses, or begging for supplies. It was the busiest place you had seen in a while, coming from the city outskirts. Times have really changed, huh? Feels like just yesterday that people were struggling to barely stay alive. Having a Sanctus base nearby probably helps. Whether you're on their side or not, you've got to admit that they can maintain some semblance of law and order. At least as long as their soldiers are around.
Hey! Wait!
You heard footsteps fast approaching behind him. The man eventually caught up to him and was now struggling to catch his breath.
Have you seen two guys run past here?
Yes.
Phew. Great. Those bastards. I need your help catching them. Please. We can't let them get away.
What did they do?
They... Oh, God, I can't. Those scumbags. Despicable. Tell you what. My friend is waiting back there. You should come with me. I'll fill you in, and in exchange, gotta tell us what you saw.
So I wonder if we can kill them with a Tonto.
Capiche?
I really don't have time for this. Like a good Samaritan, you followed the stranger. They stepped a block away where they were met by another man.
Did you get him, bro? Whoa. Who's the guy?
The pricks got away. This dude must have seen them. Might be able to tell us where they went or what they looked like.
That's great. Thank you. We have to catch those goons. Our friend...
I'm sorry, but this is really hard on us.
The man walked over to his friend who looked like he was on the verge of tears and could barely speak coherently.
Hey, come here, man. We don't want anyone else to hear what happened to our friend. Come closer so we can tell you.
You step forward.
Stop! Don't move! He has a weapon!
Well, of course I do. Who walks around without one?
Sorry, brother. He's just a bit jumpy right now. We're in a bit of a rough patch right now, you get me?
Yeah, sure. I'm not going anywhere.
It's okay, man. Just ditch the weapon so my buddy here can stop having a panic attack. Come on, give it here. I'll hang on to it for you.
He approached you, sighing apologetically.
Once you hand it over, I'll tell you what's going on. We really need your help here, see? Us two will never sleep right again if we don't get revenge.
So, hopefully you can understand not to trust them. That's not happening. Calm your buddy down or there's not much I can do to help.
Come on, look at him! He's scared shitless! Please, bro. Give me the knife and let's get this over with.
I can just walk away, and you make me want to. The man saw his conviction and backed down with a defeated sigh.
Fine, Dude, calm down. Just relax. Mr. Stranger here isn't gonna hurt us, aight? You can't freak out like that.
Whatever. As long as you help us out. Revenge is the only thing that'll satisfy us at this point.
Aight, we're cool. Now come here so I can tell you what's going on.
As you approach them, a sudden burst of excruciating pain exploded from within his stomach. His vision blurred, overwhelmed by the intensity of it as blood dripped from the great gaping wound caused by the knife he'd been stabbed with. He was beginning to suspect that he was at the end of his rope when he had a sudden burst of clarity. It had been a trap all along. He'd been so eager to hunt down others that he hadn't realized he was the one being hunted. His life was flashing before his eyes now. Looks like this was really it. Miho, maybe we'll meet again in the next life. And that's one of the bad ends, so we need to do this one to get the CG. Sucks that you can't actually fight back. That's really disappointing. No.
You kidding? I was right on their tails. You sure you didn't see them? Maybe they passed while you were busy daydreaming.
Nope, didn't say anything.
Come on, man. I just need a minute from you here. Our friend, she was... God, it's terrible. We can't just. Those criminals have to pay.
Good luck with that. I don't see Sanctus patrols anywhere.
Oh, it's miserable. So miserable. Please, can you help us? Any information would be great. You look like you know your way around this place, so please.
Sorry, no go. I'll have to find someone else.
You have no heart, brother. You have no heart.
The stranger shook his head in dismay. He fixed you with a piercing glare before turning on his heel and leaving by the opposite direction. Better stay out of trouble as much as I can. I have to admit, there's no guarantee that the Ark will be easily accessible. Sanctus and GP are obviously on the move. Hopefully they'll be too busy killing each other. Both of them have suffered losses chasing the Ark, and that's gotta add insult to their injuries. The sooner I get the entire team cracking on the Ark, the better. The building isn't deserted, that's for sure. That's a nasty gap in that building. I bet the breeze is nice at night, though. The ground floor is blocked by rubble. Wonder how many people live in there. Wonder how many people live in there. These vehicles are rusted beyond repair. Can't mistake those guards for anything else. This is definitely Sanctus territory. Security seems tighter than usual. I suppose the increased GP activity keeps everyone on their toes. From a distance, you could see a desperate-looking man who was little more than skin and bones. He particularly stood out because of how restless he seemed, his eyes constantly darting this way and that. The man fell in line with everyone else who was trying to enter the settlement. A guard ran a scanning device over his body, the machine emitting a series of beeps as it did its work. However, the noise seemed to suddenly drive the man into hysterics.
This can't be right. Your scanner must be broken.
Back off. You're not allowed here.
Please, do it again. Check me. I have the chip, I swear.
The man tried to grab the guard's collar, but the guard roughly shoved him away.
We don't want this to turn ugly. Just back off, old fart.
I have a chip. I fucking ate one. I bit it off some unlucky sod. Please, let me in. I haven't had a decent meal in months.
Disgusting.
2 gunshots roared from the guard's rifle, killing the man instantly. The other people in line watched with mild interest, but seemed to quickly put it out of their minds. A man in uniform indifferently dragged the dead body away. Run-of-the-mill, thought you. The witness's apathetic reactions did not strike you as particularly unsympathetic. It was clear that such things were just part of everyday life around here. Poor guy. You're dealt one bad hand and end up either starving to death or getting killed by the other survivors. Wonder how long I'd survive without this biochip in my arm. I know I'd be begging AG for a place to stay right now if I didn't have this golden ticket. Funny when you think about how this little bugger is supposed to be a symbol of faith, a privilege bestowed on those who choose to believe, they tell us. If only the lack of it didn't mean death. I never even had a choice. To be fair, forced indoctrination upon birth does have its perks. Privilege my ass. Better get inside. I don't really see anything I can interact with.
You're new around here, aren't you?
Just passing by.
You know the drill?
You offered his left arm to the guard, who promptly used the scanner on him.
Get in.
If you don't mind. Gotta find myself a spot. Given the atmosphere of this place, I doubt there are any shortages of anything. Places that are running low on the basics tend to feel a bit tense. This settlement seems fine. She's sleeping. No need to wake her up. No one probably bothers to clean this place up. Does look like she can be bothered.
Oh, hail Lord Septimus for providing us a roof to sleep under tonight. Hail, hail. Praise Lord Septimus, His Holiness, for the food on our table every day. More meat, please. Hail, hail. It is by your grace that we live another day. Oh, Lord Septimus, to you I pray. I'm glad I didn't get shot today. Hail, hail.
Nut jobs.
Is it just me, or are there more Sanctus troops here lately? I didn't know Akihabara was a danger zone.
Speaks in a different language.
What's a bunch of starving rebels gonna do? Their biggest problem is probably stopping themselves from eating each other.
And still speaking in a different language.
Those good-for-nothing guards are just stealing our rations. We're better off without them, I'd say.
Yet more of that different language. Are they talking to each other? There's a kid in here. Wonder where his parents are.
Is it just me, or are there more Sanctus?
That must be the security room. No point in going in there unless I want to be a pain in the neck to Sanctus officers. It's dark outside. Anyone can end up as a corpse at this time of night. This room's occupied. I'm not sleeping in there tonight. The refugees stare harshly at me. Is something on my face? Let me guess what's on side door number 4. That's right, more people. They're packed real tight in there, like sardines.
In other news, rebel activities are increasing in the outer territories of Novus Tokyo, compromising the safety of their residents. The blessed followers of Lord Septimus are advised to stay within short distance of Sanctus settlements, where the mighty fist of His Holiness is always ready to strike insurgents.
Rest assured that the faithful are in good hands and the rebel threat will soon mean its demise.
There are no enemies here, Gramps.
We're safe.
Nowhere is safe. Lower your guard for 1 minute, and those darn invaders will get you.
Please, just lie down and rest. We're bothering the other refugees.
Lie? Don't believe them darn lies. Only Lord Septimus can save us.
I know. Just go to bed.
It'll take one bad day. One bad day, and we'll be sleeping on Japan's burning ground.
Today was a good day, Grandpa. We're still alive, and Lord Septimus will protect us. Now let's just sleep, okay? Sorry. Gramps is still being a pain in the behind. Please come back later.
Sure thing. You take good care of your Gramps.
I will. He's my only family.
What a good kid.
Sorry. Please come back. I will.
That last invader!
It's the old man's bed. It does look awfully comfortable for someone his age.
Oh, hail Lord Septimus for
Is it just me, or are there more?
You can get it.
Sorry. Please come back later.
I remember what it was I was supposed to do. So the windows are all the same.
Oh, hail, hail, hail.
Is it just me? Is it just me?
What a strange old man. Will I be like that a few decades from now? A long time ago, way before I ever met anyone in Derchalton, Miho was the only person who was always by my side. For a while, she was the only thing keeping me sane. Without her around to keep me going, who knows what gibberish I'll be spouting at 50. I'll probably have a breakdown much sooner than that. These past 2 years have just been so... I can still remember how it felt when Toshio first told me about the Ark. It's like I was alive for the first time in ages. How will I ever live without Miho? Derchalton just wasn't the same without her, and even with my skills, I'd be dead in no time trying to scavenge on my own. Should I join the Sanctus Army? Become a herder? Revolt with the GPA? No. I'm not interested in any of that. I have to bring Miho back before I lose my mind. You spent half an hour wandering the streets of Akihabara. It was a place said to be teeming with life before the Armageddon. You remember Toshio once raving to him about what was now ancient history. He told you of an Akihabara that had been completely illuminated at nighttime, an electric town with stores as far as the eye could see. He found it difficult to imagine how such a desolate city could have been a center of culture and technology. The dark streets were now dimly lit by a handful of wavering lamps. Akihabara was a lot easier to traverse compared to anywhere else outside Nova's Tokyo. Sanctus's cleanup efforts were noticeable, but the population remained meager.
You can get in now.
I don't think bothering him's a good idea. He's finally asleep, huh? No, he's up. I apologize for the inconvenience. The bed's all yours now. You nodded as a gesture of thanks. The offer is more than welcome. I hope you have a good night's rest. Thanks. I had better tread carefully tomorrow. I know I'm asking for a lot from Eiji. From his point of view, this almost seemed like some kind of wild goose chase. But he must feel as strongly about this as I do, right? As much as I hate to admit it, he was a better big brother to Miho. He was everyone's reliable, responsible big brother. Come to think of it, ever since getting to really know each other, this is the first time Eiji's refused to help me. Is the Empyrean that important? Or maybe the idea of reviving the dead is too crazy for him? It has to be possible, if Toshio were on it. Whatever. Time to get some shut-eye. Rays of golden sunlight pierce through the heavens to shine upon me. The sky above me is brighter than I've ever seen it. My eyes follow the rays of light back down to the ground. All around me are white flowers with tiny, closed petals, receiving nourishment from the sun. They're called snowdrops, I think. I know I've seen them somewhere before, but I don't recall where or when. I think it was summer? Images run through my head as if I were watching a movie, and then I see her. Miho. She loves snowdrops. Once we saw an entire field of them. She ran through them as if she didn't have a care in the world. The movie ends and the snowdrops in front of me begin glowing warmly. One by one they start to blossom, as if absorbing the sunlight. Suddenly I realize they're all around me. Hundreds, maybe thousands of snowdrops, and I'm at the center of them all. At first they blossom one by one, then two, then three, until my eyes could no longer follow along. I notice the flowers have been forming a circular pattern around me. I've been completely surrounded by blossoming snowdrops.